Hello, my name is Joost van Egmond. I'm a journalist working from Belgrade in Serbia. And for one magazine, I went to what Serbs consider the deep south of Serbia, Kosovo, and what Kosovars consider an independent state. There you have a patchwork of Serbian Christian Orthodox monasteries living amongst a Kosovo Albanian majority who are predominantly Muslim. That's a very tense political outset to move to a monastery from. And what we got a chance to see is how nuns in a tiny village in western Kosovo live their daily lives among a majority of Muslim Kosovo Albanians. It was extremely interesting to see the tightrope that these nuns had to walk in their daily lives. What you see there is literally a frozen conflict. People are not so much in conflict in their daily lives, but they live with their backs to each other. They simply don't have any experience of each other anymore. There is a very deep mutual suspicion, which goes back to a war that was fought around the turn of the century. And since then, relations simply haven't been updated. People are not in touch. I traveled quite often to Kosovo, but never before has the atmosphere been so intimate. We literally stayed with the sisters. I had to spend the night outside being a man, but my two female colleagues stayed in the monastery. We shared their meals and enjoyed their hospitality. And what you get then is a glimpse of how the political situation translates into people's daily lives and how they deal with it. I learned a lot from it in that respect. The general stubbornness that these people are said to have by living with their backs to the changing situation on the ground is really more rooted in fear than in anything else. That was definitely an eye-opener for me than spending a weekend at this monastery. This isolation that is more born out of fear than anything else can be broken, which was very interesting and heartwarming to see, actually, in the instance of our interpreter, who was, so to say, their pet Albanian, the one person they saw and couldn't help but like and sympathize with. And then you see these people who are very obstinately living in Serbia and not wanting to have anything to do with Kosovo slowly warm up. And in the end, when we said goodbye after the weekend there, literally a young sister who was our companion for most of the time, embraced our Kosovo Albanian interpreter and thanked her for coming over to see how they lived, and in that way try to diminish the prejudices that were there among both peoples. I tend to think, I try always to be a bit modest about this, but I tend to think that this visit in itself might have helped a tiny bit to help open their minds to their neighbors' way of life.